It's the NFL on EA Sports, where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. It's the Green Bay Packers and the Philadelphia Eagles, and it's coming up next.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we join you from South Philly, close to 70,000 strong, packing Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Eagles. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson up here in the booth. And Greg, this is one of those games that it's a little old school. Maybe if it was in black and white, it would be fitting, right? We got a couple of teams who have to hand it off and see their running backs do it on the ground.
It's just so cool, and you mentioned it, Mike. Maybe 10, 15 years ago, this would have been the norm on any given weekend, but we're seeing the game trend to more of a passing-style offense. If you want to score points, it mostly comes through the air. So for these two kind of throwback offenses that rely so heavily on their running backs, for anybody that loves old-school power football, I think we're in for a treat.
The veteran Brandon McManus ready to kick this one off. And we're underway here in South Philly. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time. And leading them out, their quarterback. It's Jalen Hurts.
This is someone who just seems like every year they just get better and better, Mike, right? I mean, think back, whether it was Alabama to Oklahoma to being a Heisman finalist, going from a backup role to MVP candidate. His development has been fun to watch, and now he's universally considered one of the best all-around quarterbacks in the league, and if they want to leave here with a win, they're going to need him to be just that.
Hurts going to hold on to this one. And he's hit behind the line of scrimmage and taken down right away. A loss of yards. What a message on the first play.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
First carry for Saquon Barkley. And nothing doing on that run. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more. We have an early third down coming up.
Clearly the plan on offense was to establish the run a little bit on this drive, Mike, but the defense is having none of it. First and second down stop, no gain. Now it brings up a third and long. We'll see if they try something else.
On third down, here's Hurts. He'll get this one complete to Brown. And they will get him down at the 35-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. They run out of the gun with Barkley. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll run the counter with Barkley. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He'll try to run for it. You can't beat a running quarterback. Gain of 16 and a 1st down.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on 3rd down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner. Picks up the 1st down.
And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Now Hurts going to call his own number. The defense not biting. They stay at home, stop the quarterback. No gain on the play.
A lot of defense's strategy of defending the zone read, Mike, is we want that quarterback to pull the ball. It's one of their few chances throughout the course of the game where they can get their hits on him. And in this case, they're able to hold him to no gain.
On third down, it's Hurts. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Dallas Goedert, that time. And it's going to bring up fourth down.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future. You know, they did a lot of good things on this opening drive, Mike. I know they stalled out once they got down there into the red zone. They're going to need to work on finishing some of these drives as this game moves along. But that's a good 3 points to start this game.
Three points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. The dangerous Mecole Hardman on the return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Green Bay offense set to go to work for the first time. And they're led by the man who waited his turn, the 2020 first-rounder, Jordan Love.
There was a lot of questions surrounding Jordan Love. Was he the long-term answer in Green Bay following in the footsteps of the legendary Aaron Rodgers? And I think last year in his first season as a full-time starter, he certainly quieted a lot of those questions. He spent time early in his career watching from the sideline, and he wasted no time showing he's one of the top young quarterbacks in the entire league.
And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
Off the play fake. Here's Love. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. Here's 3rd and 2. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. He'll get this out to the left flat. And he will have the first down. He caught it short of the line to gain, but knows right where that marker is, and he's able to pick up that first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
A gain there of 11. Good for a Green Bay first down.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. Now think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target, and I don't think it's going to be his last.
And this time they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss, and it's 2nd down.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. Here's a screen taken in by Jacobs. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. 3rd down and 9. From the gun, it's Love. This one, up top for Dobbs.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Eagles offense ready now for their 2nd drive. They were able to turn that opening drive into points. 3-0 our score as they start again with a 1st down. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. The open receiver is Dotson.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Man in motion is Smith. Now Jalen Hurts on 2nd down. He's got the 2021 Heisman winner. That's Devontae Smith.
The quick passing game in the NFL, Mike, is so dependent on yards after the catch. You got to generate space with the scheme, and then it's up to the receiver to do the rest. In this case, nice job defensively, because this guy couldn't even get back to the original line of scrimmage.
They send him right out of the slot. And they'll throw here with Hurts. That one caught by Smith. It's a pickup of 12. Good for an Eagles 1st down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
So a big 3rd down hookup takes us to the break. 3-0 is our score. And we're back in Philly in a moment. First and 10. To the air again. Hurts. That's complete to his big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. They get 20 on the connection. 1st down, Philadelphia.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last...
He is in! Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Well, so often that running back is the best friend of a quarterback down there. This time he takes the pass, and he takes it into the end zone for a touchdown.
Mike, the key to a good passing game is to find ways to keep everybody involved. When a defense has to account for every potential target, they tend to get really stretched pretty thin. That's exactly what this offense was able to do. Get the ball to your running back, and he's able to do the rest.
Jake Elliott now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Eagles are out to a 10-0 lead. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Hardman now to return it. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he works his way through an opening. Up past the 35. Nice run for 8 on that one. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll run the toss to Jacobs. And he'll be close to a first down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short. They don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. On play action, Love. And the rush too strong. They're in there in a flash for the sack.
With the right personnel, the safety position is like the ultimate chess piece, right? You can put him in center field to play pass. You can bring him up and make him a pseudo linebacker, but you also can bring him on pressure, Mike, and that's what this guy does so well. The timing and the speed, he got there in a hurry.
Here's Daniel Whelan now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. To return is Williams. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense is going to need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. That is knocked away, incomplete. Good coverage there defensively, all over him. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
Here's 3rd and 7. Hurts. A throw on the move is caught. And he's going to get awfully close to the 1st down marker, but appears just to be a few inches short.
This exact situation here, Mike, tends to get a lot of conversation around the league. I think I'm going for it. I think here around midfield, you got to maintain possession, see if you can end this drive with some points. I think you got to stay aggressive, keep your offense on the field.
Now a fair catch, and it's going to be a long field. They'll take over right about their own 13. The Packers offense ready to see what they can do. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line, so a lot of real estate to cover. It's 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
Well, has been the case this entire first half. It's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
It's the tight end Kraft in motion. A second down throw for Love. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Here now, 3rd and 5. Now Love. He'll try to hit him with a screen. Oh, yeah. Can't ask for much more. On the screen, they gain 19 yards and a first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Love out quickly to Dobbs. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a second down and 8. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the first down after a gain of 7.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
We'll try to run it here with Jacobs. And he will have a Packers first down by a couple of yards. We'll give him 4 yards. It was 3rd and 2 as they convert.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
Short pass taken in by the tight end.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
Here's 2nd and 6. Here's Love to throw. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Love.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Now Hurts. Open man, Devontae Smith. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop, and that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend. The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Look wide, get this one complete. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And he's out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line. A pickup there of 25 yards. First down, Philadelphia.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is.
He was looking for A.J. Brown that time, and it'll bring up second down. Hurts again. A short throw taken in by Goddard. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Been a good drive, but they need to convert here on 3rd and 5. And in motion is Brown. And that is incomplete. He was trying to find Saquon Barkley coming out of the backfield. And it's going to lead to 4th down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Elliott's kick is good. And the Eagles will open up a 13-0 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Packers offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They find themselves down 13-0 here. As they try to get things started offensively, it's 1st and 10. Love to throw. That is intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Reed Blankenship. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. And they extend the lead. The defense joining the party A pick six for a touchdown. Greg, they are extending this lead out.
Yeah, now you've just seen both sides just make their impact felt here in the first half. The offense has done their part, and now it's the defense that is able to capitalize on the turnover and take it all the way back for the pick six.
Elliott on now for the PAT. His kick is good. And the Eagles add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Hardman now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Packers offense going to take over just before the half. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. To throw is Love. That's Dobbs open left side. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Love. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
On second down, Love. And good work there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. Jaden Reed was the intended target, and it's going to be third down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
Trying to connect with Romeo Dobbs that time. And that'll set up fourth down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
He's going to take a shot down the field. And he will score. Touchdown, Packers.
Mike, I'm not sure how else to put it other than this is just a complete defensive breakdown. I mean, from where this ball was snapped, you simply have to just defend the end zone, and if they throw it short, come up and rally tackle. If they throw it in the end zone, high point the ball and knock it down. You cannot give up 6 points to end this half.
The kick here is good. Add one more point, and that takes us to the end of the first half.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More from you and Greg in a moment, but for now, welcome one and all to our EA Sports Halftime Report. We just watched a fine first half out of the mobile quarterback, that's Jalen Hurts. He's got a touchdown pass on the ledger as his guys were able to build a double-digit lead. The second half, straight ahead. Time to get back to it. And for the call, let's rejoin Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Coach. Thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. For the return, it's Keyshawn Nixon. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Packers offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Now give to Jacobs. He'll run right. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Once again, it's Jacobs. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. From the gun, it's Love. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
This is a great example of the game within the game. They're making what they call Mike declaration, and that's what sets the responsibilities of all the protectors. And in this case, the Mike was the one who came. And he's unblocked, and he's able to get home.
Packers set to kick this one away. As the drive went in the wrong direction, he's on to punt it away. This one fielded out beyond the 25. The Eagles offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with 1st down. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. That's a short one, caught by Goddard. Love to start any drive like that. 18 on the first play, and a 1st down.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
They'll run straight ahead with Barkley. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And he's going to pick it up and take it down inside the 35 for the 1st down.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
Once the quarterback leaves the pocket, the hope is that it buys him a little time to allow second reaction from his receivers downfield. What he's not accounting for is the speed of a lot of these defensive ends in the league, Mike. He closed that distance a lot faster than I think the quarterback anticipated, and he comes away with the sack.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. A run up the middle with Barkley. And he'll get forward for a couple. Edger and Cooper, they're on the tackle. Third and long. Hurts. He'll try and get there on the ground. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Sometimes it's just a case of taking what the defense gives you. And here's one of those examples. There's nowhere for him to go with the ball. For a minute, it looked like he was going to be able to pick up this 1st down with his legs. The defense rallies, brings him down short of the 1st down marker, sets up 4th down.
On 4th down, here comes Jake Elliott for the Philadelphia field goal. Spotted at the 35, this a 45-yard attempt. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Eagles will extend their 3rd quarter lead.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
And back to work goes Elliott after making the field goal. He'll send this one away. Here's Nixon on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with 1st down. Dobbs headed in motion. They'll run the draw with Jacobs. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Well, after not having much success in the 1st half, they're able to get something going on the ground here to start the 3rd quarter. I'd love to see the play caller mix in some play action, mix in some pass game. That should open up some of these holes for better situations to run the ball.
On 1st down, it's Love. He finds Jaden Reed for the grab. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield. So that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game.
10 yards, the gain on the pitch and catch. 1st down, Packers. Back to throw is Love. Right side, catch made by Dobbs. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
They can still get a 1st down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. He'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down forthcoming. Here's Love. That one is caught beyond the pylon. Touchdown, Green Bay. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Now Love getting the Packers set for this 2-point try. From the gun, here comes Jacobs. And a big conversion for 2, and it's a 1-score game. The deficit is only 8. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Avery Williams on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia offense set to take over once more. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're trying to keep it going. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. They'll start on the ground with Barkley. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. That'll be caught left side. It's Goddard. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Barkley. And he'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Throwing is Hurts. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
I love this call, Mike. Second down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the first down.
From out of the gun, they give it to Barkley. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Second and 7. Hurts working in the pistol. There's the tight end, Greg Calcaterra. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. Man in motion is Smith. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to third down. Third and 5. Hurts will work here from the pistol. That is caught by the tight end. Dallas Goedert. Touchdown, Eagles. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Elliott now for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Eagles will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Here's Nixon on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Jordan Love and the rest of the Packer offense ready for their next possession. And I want to take you through the highlights here. They have been plentiful from the quarterback position. Has the offense running at a high efficiency throughout, and we'll try to sustain it here down the stretch. Set to go now on 1st and 10. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. And he will slide to a halt with a penalty marker down on the play. So let's check out this call. Throwing is Love. This is taken in by Dobbs. Well, they'll get the penalty yardage back here. Pickup of 10, and it will be 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. The open man is Reed. He's got it.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
3rd and 6. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Love. He gets that complete as he hits Reed. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Love to throw on 1st and 10. This one is caught by Reed. And it'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark. Just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
Now Jacobs. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. Here's Love to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal. He'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
And this is what the offense needed. Now, after that last completion, you still trail here in the 4th quarter. You need scores, and you need scores fast, so they cannot take their time. I wouldn't be surprised to get them right back up on the line of scrimmage and try to score here now that it's 1st and goal. He's got to find a way to hold on to that one. I mean, you're right on the doorstep of the end zone. And listen, I understand that hit is coming. But guess what? That hit's coming whether you catch it or not. And you get paid to make the difficult catches. And I would classify that one as tough, but you got to make that catch. Give your team a chance to come away with this drive with some points.
That is caught, and he will score. Game on. Nicole Hardman. Touchdown, Packers. So they get the touchdown, and now it is a 9-point game. Greg, you can go for 1 and make it a 1-possession game. Or some people think about going for 2 here. What would you do?
I think I'm going for 2, Mike. Listen, the way you have to look at it is I need a 2-point conversion at some point. But I want to know now, am I down truly 2 scores, or am I able to get it down to 7 and truly make it a 1 score? So I'm going for 2 now, and I want to know what the rest of this game looks like. How many possessions do I need?
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. On the return, it's Williams. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Eagles offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a two-score game on this drive. First down and 10. Here's Hurts. That one pulled in by Brown. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Second down and 8. Here's a handoff to Barkley. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. Two minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Third down, 3 to go. They'll drop to throw. That'll be taken in by Barkley. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, they'll use another timeout on this side of it at 1:55. Here comes the Eagles punt team as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The visitors' offense ready to get back to work. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Love. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. 19 yards right away to kick off this drive.
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it, they should have plenty of time here to finish this drive.
Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. That one on target to Watson. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
A big play and a much-needed one as well. And even 30 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Here we go. 1st and goal. Now Love. And this will be a touchdown. They are within a 2-point conversion of coming back to tie this game.
What a finish there to get the touchdown, but of course the job's not done, and this is where the defense needs to regroup, Mike. It's one thing to give up the touchdown, but now you're still one stop away from being the hero. They got to dial in, get their best defense called, and somehow find a way to keep them out of the end zone.
It's the tight end Kraft in motion. Love to throw. And this is caught. He's able to hang on. They get the 2 points, and we are tied in the final minute of play. We are in the final minute of what is now a tie game as we are set for the kickoff. Here's Williams on the return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Eagles offense make their way out to take over once more. This game all even now following that touchdown a moment ago, and they'll look to retake the lead on this drive that starts with first down. They'll fake the give. Now it's Hurts. He keeps it himself. So the Eagles will use their first timeout here. And they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in this one. They come up for 2nd and 2. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. He's got this complete. That's Smith. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. It's a big play when they needed it the most. 31 yards.
And this game certainly looks a lot different now after that completion, Mike. I mean, to pick up that many yards in the 2-minute drill, everybody in the huddle can just take a deep breath. All they need is a field goal. So right now, work the clock, possess the ball, send out your kicker to see if he can win it.
That's a timeout for Green Bay. It'll be their second, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in this one. Now, on 2nd and long. Man in motion is Brown. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And he will work his way down inside the 30, a pickup of 6. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their second. And the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds to go. Here's a big one. This 3rd down. A run with Barkley. Barkley's got the first down and more. And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play.
This game has certainly not been for the faint of heart, Mike. I mean, we've been riding the ups and downs the entire time, but what a job by this offense. Game on the line to find a way to score and take the lead with very little time remaining.
On is Elliott to add the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Eagles will go up by 7. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. This is 1st and 10. Back to throw is Love. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he's brought down, but they are out of timeouts. Here's a 2nd and 6. Now Love. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Now a ball deep, middle of the field, and that's going to be incomplete. The defense holds here in the final minute, and they're going to get out of here with a victory. So it's a win here for the Eagles. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. In the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. That is the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners, as we say, so long from South Philly.